and a very warm welcome to this special report on Rajya Sabha Television with me, Frank Pereira. Cochin is heralded as the Queen of the Arabian Sea, and its port and naval base are its jewels. But we're not here today to talk about either the port or the naval base. We're here to find out about what Kochi has in store for us as far as its public transport is concerned. Over the next half an hour, we'll bring you up to speed with Cochin's metro. Serene Kochi has been drawing traders and explorers to its shores for over 600 years. Nowhere else in India can you find such an intriguing mix: giant fishing nets from China, a 400-year-old synagogue, ancient mosques, Portuguese houses, and the crumbling remains of the British Raj. The result is an unlikely blend of medieval Portugal, Holland, and an English village grafted onto the tropical Malabar coast. The city has grown from an ancient port city to a well-developed trading centre. According to estimated figures, the population of Kochi city as of 2014 was around 6.25 lakh. There has been decent increase in population of Kochi city over the last 10 years. However, its metropolitan area population has been increasing by over 3% every year. Kochi has witnessed a growth of 30 to 40% in its metropolitan area population over the last 10 years. The city's metropolitan area was home to more than 22.7 lakh people in 2014. The increasing population figures bring a lot of challenges for the government to maintain health and other facilities in the city. Construction of the Kochi Metro is one of the steps taken by the government to improve mobility within the city limits. This is a map of the Kochi Rail Metro network, and it starts from Alwa here, and this is very close to the Kochi International Airport, and then the trains or the metro trains will travel further south and finally stop here at Peta, which is about 25 kilometers away from Alwa. So the complete stretch will be of 25 kilometers. This of course is the first phase of the Kochi metro network, and in between Alwa and Peta there will be around 20 stations, and the first phase will have a total of 22 stations in all. Now there is a proposal to extend the first phase by about 1.5 kilometers from Peta to Tripunatara, where there are several residents who stay here. So if this proposal is accepted and completed, then it will help a lot of people in this region as well. The then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh laid the foundation stone for the project on the 13th of September 2012. Construction work on the Kochi Metro Rail project began on the 7th of June 2013. With the piling works for the viaduct near Changampura Park after an official launch ceremony held at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium at 10:30 am on the same day. The ball was set rolling by the Chief Minister of Kerala, Oman Chandi, in June 2013. And a couple of years later, you can see that this much of work is completed, and an ambitious due date of mid-2016 has been set by the officials. If the project is completed by then, it could probably be the fastest ever phase of a metro completed in our country. Remains to be seen which way this project is headed, but as things stand right now, it looks like it's on track. Construction work on the metro's first station at Kallur began at 10:30 am on 30th September 2013 when Soma Constructions began piling. The next station where piling work was carried out was Alwa. Well, in front of me now is a model of a Kochi metro station. You know, this is how it's going to look like once it is completed. and the entire stretch of 25 kilometers corridor is going to be elevated, and this is how it would look like once completed, and the trains will then travel above the ground. The entire 25 kilometer stretch does not have anything that goes underground like some of the other metros that we've seen probably in Delhi and elsewhere. But the first phase will have a complete elevated corridor just like this, and the metro stations too would look just like this that you can see here. This of course is a model, but they're going to try and replicate this particular model as much as possible. The main aim of building a metro here in Cochin is to try and ensure that not just the travel needs of the people of this city are met, but also to ensure that the city is made cleaner and greener. Not all of us are aware of the terminologies used by the metro engineers, or for that matter, even how the structure is put together. In order for us to understand the whole procedure better, here's an expert's take. When it comes to the construction of a metro network, there are several technical aspects attached to it. And to just explain about some of these technical aspects is Madan Kumar, who is an assistant engineer here at the construction sites, who overlooks everything that happens on the ground. Madan, thank you for joining us. Madan, explain to us some of these things that we see around us right now, you know, starting with how the foundation is laid and the pillar and everything. See, if you look there, that's where the foundation is, right?
Yeah, the foundation type we have gone here is pile foundations. These all pier and all superstructure stands on the piles. Pile we bore through this rotary rig, and all after that we do the concreting. And above that, then next comes this pile cap. It is like a common foundation only. It is like a cap for piles, all piles. Above that, this piers will be coming. Piers of different dias are there based on the load and everything. It will be changing from place to place, because it is not the alignment is not passing through the similar kind of geography. Lot of it will vary along the road. So accordingly, and based on the load difference, we go for different sizes of piers. A common type of pier you can see it here, and above the pier then comes the pier cap. Pier cap, up to pier cap, it is here we go for cast in situ. We cast it
so
here.
In layman's terms, the pier is nothing but the pillar that the duct stands on. That's the main structure that supports the viaduct. Is that correct? Okay.
Correct.
Go on, please.
Above that, pier cap will be there, and connect pier. Main purpose of pier cap is to connect the girders. Okay, these girders are precast. Due to site constraints, we cannot cast everything in the site. So we construct a few of the structural elements outside, where there will be space, ample space for construction, everything. So then we will transport that with truck, and then we will place it using cranes.
So basically these are large pieces, or rather concrete blocks that you can see, that is placed on one pillar to the other. That is the girder. So the pillars you know, hold the girders together, correct?
Correct. Like this we will go on connecting the piers through the entire stretch. So accordingly, after this way is called as the viaduct. Okay. Then above which comes
so many girders to put together, and the entire structure then created is called the viaduct. Okay.
Correct. Then above the viaduct, the reinforcement you see is for placing the rails. Above this one structure will be coming. Above that we will have the rails throughout. It will be connected throughout without any disconnection. Above that, our trains will be moving.
Okay, and where do the trains get their power from? Because all the metros run on electricity. So where does the power come from?
Yeah, here we have gone for a third rail system. It will be right now it has not placed. It will be coming in the future. It will be running along the rail.
Okay. So what is a girder? How is it made? And what does it look like? That's something we will tell you a little later on in the program. We will take you to the KMRL's construction site for that. But for now, let's check the progress at one of the stations on the 25-kilometer stretch of the metro. I am now standing below the site of a metro station that is in construction here along the first phase of Kochi Metro. I have with me Madan Kumar. He's going to explain what exactly is happening over here. Madan, once this is completed, how is the structure really going to look like?
Actually, this is not much different from the stations which we used to see in the ground level for Indian railway stations. Same station is above 5 meters. This is called as elevated stations. Okay, same. This will be on 2 levels. One is concourse level and the other is the platform level.
Okay, so what is the concourse level?
Concourse level is actually for ticketing purpose, and all signal rooms and all supporting features are available on the concourse level. And platform level is completely it is for the movement of trains and boarding and unboarding of the passengers.
Okay. The first phase is being set up at an estimated cost of 5,181 crore rupees and is expected to be completed by 2016. Well, as you can see behind me, construction is going on in full swing. The construction workers on the Kochi Metro line are working day and night, in fact, to try and ensure that the completion due date is met, and so that the trains can start running sometime in mid 2016. Let's not forget that the metro will be left open for the public only in 2017. The trial runs will begin before that sometime. They've set a date of sometime in June 2016, and it looks like that particular deadline could be met because as you can see behind me, work is going on in full swing. The original cost of the Kochi Metro project was 5,181 crore rupees, but this later increased to 5,537 crore rupees. Taxes on the project will come up to about 237 crore rupees, which will be borne by the Kerala government along with any escalations. KMRL has proposed an elevated route spanning 25.253 kilometers from Alwa to Peta with 22 stations. All platforms will be 70 meters long. There will be 17 sharp curves along the route. The sharpest curve will have a radius of 120 meters. In order to complete the entire project on time, everyone is doing their part and working really hard. Well, I wasn't kidding earlier when I said that work is going on here day and night. It is almost midnight and construction is still going on, as you can see behind me, in full flow. These workers are trying to ensure that the work is completed on their shift, and then when there is a shift change, they too will continue to work, and the clock never stops here at the Kochi Metro. In fact, they keep working 24/7. Teams and their managers are working tirelessly all along the 25-kilometer stretch of the metro and at the construction sites to ensure that the ambitious deadline is met, and we hope that they deliver as promised. Well, it's time for a short break now, but our special report on Kochi's metro will continue on the other side. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Well, it's a new day, a new start. We are at the construction yard of Kochi Metro, and as you can see, there's work going on behind me. This is where the U-girders really are made here and then transported to the viaduct where they are put on top of the pillars. We saw that just earlier in the show, and this is really the construction site of the Kochi Metro, where everything is constructed and then taken to the main rail or the viaduct. Working at a metro construction site has its own dangers. Lifting heavy loads and working with heavy machinery is a routine exercise. We've seen several untoward incidents taking place during the construction of metros in other cities. But here, safety comes first. Well, safety always comes first when it comes to the Kochi Metro. In fact, the construction and the work has been going on over here for almost 2 years, but there has not been a single major incident, no fatality, and that's really incredible, because every time we've seen metro construction, be it in Delhi or in Bengaluru, there have always been some major incidents attached to it. but that's not the case with Kochi Metro. And to talk about the kind of safety measures that they have in place over here, I have with me the health and safety in charge, Mr. Jomi Jose, who looks after security, health as well as safety here at this particular venue. This is the construction yard of the Kochi Metro. Jomi, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
What are the kind of safety precautions that you take? Why don't you tell us about these safety precautions?
Why not? The safety measure starts with a big crane, the giant cranes called overhead gantry cranes. We are provided with proximity sensors just to make sure that nobody is been obstructing the track. Because there is always a possibility of our worker being less educated and can run over on this rail, and by the same time the gantry cranes come over and collides with him. So it will stop at a distance of 1.2 meter, which we have a permanently affixed this thing.
A sensor.
A sensor. And we are given the limit as 1.2 meter. At a distance of 1.2 meter, any obstruction it will detect and it will automatically stop. And any one person who climbs at the top of the, especially for any kind of maintenance, any electrician comes in, the plant and machinery engineer goes in, even the safety team, myself also goes in, we are all going with the full body harness. And with the attached to the full body harness, we do have fall back, rope grab fall arrestor. Even though when we sleeps, even though there is a possibility of when we sleeps from the stairs, it will automatically hold us in air.
Okay.
And it will retract ourselves back on the same position. So it's again an additional advantage. Any activity carried out this in the yard, it's before the starting of the process, we used to have a 2-minute safety task assignment. It's called STA. So we will, in that safety task assignment, we will explain the contractor supervisor, starting with the supervisor, the safety officer, myself, and my entire execution team will stand them and explain his duties and responsibilities, roles and responsibilities.
The construction yard is where the raw material is brought in trucks and U-girders, I-girders and pier caps, just to name a few, are cast to be finally transported to the viaduct. I have with me now Anand Fernandez, who is an assistant engineer of the DMRC. He oversees everything that happens here at the construction yard as such. It's called the Precast Yard. Anand, thank you for joining us. Why don't you explain to us what exactly happens here at this Precast Yard?
Yeah, this is Precast Yard. This is called Precast Yard. In this, we are doing pre-tension girders and post-tension girders. Here, U-girder is related to only pre-tensioning. Here in the pre-tension is new type of this one, and compared to RCC, we are reducing the section to 2 to 3 times. Here in the RCC, if it comes to 1 meter, here it is only 300 mm like that. And here we have in our casting yard totally 18 beds are there, like bay 1, bay 2, bay 3 and bay 4. In bay 1, like 5 girders of 25 meter, bay 2 it is 5 girders of 25 meter, and bay 3 4 girders of 25 meter, and bay 4 it is 20 meter 4 girders. Totally 18 girders we can cast. Here pre-tensioning is we will keep the reinforcement in the shuttering. Thereafter we will pass on the strands to the full length, and we will pull with these jacks, and after stressing we will pour the keep the inner shutter, and we will pour the concrete. And after hardening of the concrete, after 3 days or whatever strength as per the designer has given, and after distressing, we will cut the cables and we will finish at the ends, and we will keep in the stockyard.
Okay.
There at the end, it is the stockyard is available, and after we will do 14 days of curing. After the curing, we will transport with the trailers to the site.
And these trailers are not normal trailers; they are really big trailers. Tell us something about the trailers.
This is oversized trailer and having both side pulling jacks. Actually, a trailer is having only one side. Here, in the turning or in the slopes, wherever it is there, we can't take the trailer in the curves. We cannot take with one pulling this one puller. So we will attach one backside also. One puller will be available. So anytime we will move with the this one.
Two pullers. So basically, it's like, just like the metro train that we use. It can go in front and the back.
Train.
Okay. The construction yard is divided into two parts. One where the girders are made and the other area is for the casting of pier caps.
In this pier casting yard, we are going to cast two components. There is a pier cap and a station girder. What you are seeing here, this is a station girder casting. Here we are going to cast KC2 and KC3 whole different spans and different strands and a different depth. We have two depths of the station girder. Total 9 station we are going to cast. All other 3 is cast in situ. And other part we have pier cap area. Different number of pier caps we have. Whole number of 330 pier caps we have casted.
Thus far on the program, we've taken a look at how the viaduct is constructed and what goes into the making of the Kochi Metro. Let's now tell you something about the train itself. Coaches will be 3.9 meters tall and each train of 3 coaches will be 65 meters in length. Each coach will have 3 wide doors with automatic door closing and opening. The platforms at each station will be 70 meters long and will have half platform screen doors. A total of 22 trains will be inducted for the first phase of operations of the metro. One of the strategic goals of the Kochi Metro is to introduce a world-class metro system in Cochin to enhance the quality of life for the greater Kochi Metro area by improving regional connections and reducing overcrowding, traffic congestion and transit time. One thing that stands out is the plan for an integrated transport system. Once completed, the Vaitla Mobility Hub will be one of its kind in India. One of the key features of the Kochi Metro once completed is to have an integrated transportation system, and at the Vaitla Mobility Hub, the Kochi Metro plans to do just that. What that means is it's going to be one of the first, or rather one of the very few metros worldwide to have an integrated water change system, or rather water transportation system. And to achieve that, what they have done is that they have put in sand on the backwaters and constructed an artificial bridge-like structure to block the water and create a mobility hub here of sorts. The boats from the backwater will come from this direction and then eventually stop here, so those that use the boats can eventually get off here. And also there is a bus transport system just here. There is a major bus terminal from where people can get down and then head towards the metro station. So it's going to be an integrated transport system once it's completed, where people can use the boats, buses and the metro all at the same time. And they are also going to ensure that they harmonize the timings of all these 3 modes of transport so that the passenger can be more and more convenienced. Well, there are the naysayers too when it comes to the Kochi Metro. Some have criticized it as another loss-making public transport project. As the Kerala and Union governments have given only 1,500 crore rupees, KMRC will have to borrow the rest of the money from various banks with 1.5% interest on 20 years repayment. The estimated daily ridership in Kochi Metro is 50,000, same as Bengaluru's Namma Metro. An estimated annual income is 27 crores. Loan interest, repayment and operation cost will cost Kochi Metro 252 crores annually. Some studies suggest that Kochi Metro will make a loss of 245 crore rupees per year. Then, as per the rules, the Kerala government will have to pay this amount to investors every year. Whether the metro will be a profit or loss-making entity needs to be seen, but for now the residents of Kochi are eagerly waiting for the launch of the metro and are hoping that it will be completed on time. Well, that's all the time we have for you on this special report. See you again next time.